It is now my honor and privilege to introduce the recipient of this year's VFW Beyond the Call Award for the Citizenship Division, the Honorable Lee Zeldin of New York's 1st Congressional District. The Congressman grew up in Suffolk County, New York, where he graduated from William Floyd High School in Majestic Beach. Congressman Zeldin graduated from the State University of New York at Albany and then Albany Law School, becoming New York's youngest attorney at the time at the age of 23. After completing the Army ROTC program, Lee served for 4 years on active duty. During that time, he served in different capacities, including as a military intelligence officer, prosecutor, and military magistrate. While assigned to the Army's elite 82nd Airborne Division in the summer of 2006, Zeldin was deployed to Tikrit, Iraq, with an infantry battalion of fellow paratroopers in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Following his service on active duty in 2007, he transitioned from active duty to the Army Reserves, where he was recently promoted to Lieutenant Colonel. Congressman Zeldin was elected to the New York State Senate in 2010, representing New York's 3rd Senate District. He created the Private First Class Joseph Dwyer Program, a peer-to-peer counseling program for veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder and traumatic brain injury. The program started in Suffolk County and quickly expanded across the state. In 2014, following 4 years in the state Senate, Congressman Zeldin was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, representing New York's 1st Congressional District. Lee resides in his hometown of Shirley, New York, with his wife Diana and their twin daughters, Michaela and Ardiana. This award is extremely important to us because it recognizes an individual that exemplifies, through work, actions, and perseverance, the best attributes of patriotism, citizenship, and extraordinary involvement in everyday American life. Please join me in welcoming the recipient of the 2020 VFW Beyond the Call Award in the Citizenship Division, Congressman Lee Zeldin.
Beyond the Call Citizenship Division and citation awarded to the Honorable Lee Zeldin, U.S. House of Representatives, New York. In recognition and grateful appreciation for his work as a devoted public servant who completed the Army ROTC program and served 4 years on active duty. He is currently serving as a sitting congressman and a lieutenant colonel in the United States Army Reserves. Congressman Zeldin is an outstanding example of a loyal, patriotic, and public servant who prides himself on service before self. In witness thereof, we have hereunto set our hands in the official seal of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States this 4th day of March 2020, approved by the National Council of Administration, signed by William Doc Schmitz, Commander-in-Chief, and Kevin Jones, Adjutant General.
Joe, come on up here. Come on. Come on up here. You're right over here next to him. Commander's here too. We want you to Joe. All right. Just rotate. Give him his.
Well, thank you to the Commander-in-Chief, Doc, BJ, some people from back home, Joe Cognatori, Dave Rogers, my county commander, everyone here from New York, and of course having Secretary Wilkie here who's doing an amazing job as our Secretary of Veterans Affairs. I've seen some of my colleagues from the House as well. And as I sit here, and this is such a huge honor to get this award from the Veterans of Foreign Wars. We go to a lot of events as members of Congress. We talk to a lot of different groups about different issues. A lot of times we're going to groups where the people are really passionate about an issue that might be new for us, that maybe we're not as passionate as they are, and then they get us fired up to work with them on something that they care deeply about. But this is special. I remember the first time that I put on my uniform, and I would not have served in the United States Army, in the United States military, if not for all of you. It was a challenge for me to try to fill those huge shoes that you left behind with legendary service spanning decades, generations. People who served during peacetime and wartime for that flag, for our Constitution, our freedoms, our liberties. You were willing to die for not just family and friends back home, but for strangers because you loved this country. And I remember that first time I looked in the mirror and I thought of each and every one of you, and there are a lot of new faces in here, but trust me, I was thinking about each and every one of you, everyone who served before me, and that challenge is there now for that next generation. Just think, someone's deployed right now who was months old on September 11, 2001. All they've known, I mean, for us in this room, there was our life before September 11, 2001, and then there was our life after September 11, 2001. But for those who are there right now willing to lay down their lives for all of us, trying to fill the big shoes of all of you of that next generation, that's all they've known. They knew what they were signing up for, and they love this country just as much as you do. And for them, as we all gather here in the comfort of being in great company, with great friends, and great food, hamburgers, I didn't get over there yet. The hamburgers were good. As we gather in a great company here, we think about them right now because every day more men and women are turning into veterans, and we need to let them know, just as was mentioned before me, that they need to know that when they return home, that they are returning home to a country that is going to treat them with love, dignity, and support that they deserve on behalf of a very grateful nation. We heard from Chairman Takano. You're about to hear from Senator Tester. This is a bipartisan issue. Republicans and Democrats, House, Senate, conservatives, moderates, liberals, it doesn't matter where you come from. This flag, our Constitution, everything that makes our country great is worth fighting for, and any member of Congress who isn't going to give it their all to fight for what you care about with all of their passion and with all of their heart needs to get their butts out of Congress, because all of you gave them the freedom and the ability to serve there in the first place. So thank you for protecting our country, giving me the ability to serve in the military, staying active in the VFW, and keeping this country continuing to this very day safe, secure, and free. Thank you so much.